Hi, it's Jeff from Hope Tree. Glad you're able to watch this Hope Tree Resources video. It's shortly after Easter at the time this has been made. What better time to investigate the hope of resurrection, being raised back to life? Is it just something Jesus did, or is there hope for us too? Let's check it out. In the years after Jesus' death and resurrection, a man named Paul, along with two fellow Christians, Silvanus and Timothy, wrote to a group of Christians in a place called Thessalonica. A report had reached Paul about this early Christian congregation concerning the recent deaths of some people in their church. Paul, filled with the Spirit of God and writing truth for them and for us, says this: "We do not want you to be uninformed, brothers and sisters, concerning those who are asleep, so that you will not grieve like the rest, who have no hope. For if we believe that Jesus died and rose again, in the same way, through Jesus, God will bring with him those who have fallen asleep." That's 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 13 and 14. The phrase, "who have no hope," is considerable here. Paul's keen to point out that as Christians we shouldn't be uninformed about the hope that we have in Jesus over death. There are people who are hopeless, in a literal sense. That when it comes to death, there isn't solid hope, a known future that triumphs over it. Death is one of those things we don't want to talk about much, but sometimes we have to. When we attend the funeral of a loved one, when the threat of death draws near to our loved ones through sickness, accidents, or other things, it kind of arrives eventually for all of us. The question that looms is whether death is the ultimate winner or whether there's something more, something beyond. There is wonderful hope beyond death to be found in Jesus. Scriptures point to it in many places. It says the dead in Christ will rise. That phrase, "in Christ," is special to us here at Hope Tree. We understand that in Christ there are many promises. One of them is that the dead will rise. Another in 1 Corinthians 15, which is a great chapter on the resurrection that you should read if you've got the time. Death has been swallowed up in victory. See, the basis for our hope isn't vague. It isn't maybe. It's based in something solid, something historical, something that has been done. For if we believe that Jesus died and rose again, in the same way, through Jesus, God will bring with him those who have fallen asleep. See, it's through Jesus, it's through what he has done. Our resurrection is based on his. If I needed to get some work done in the pipes of my house, and a 5-year-old son said that they would fix it for me, it would probably be unwise for me to take them up on that deal. He probably wouldn't be good for it. If I called the specialist plumber in, and they told me they could fix it for me, then I'd probably believe them. They've had what it takes to get the job done, and have proven it. The question is, when it comes to death, who is Jesus? Is he like a 5-year-old, or the specialist plumber? Is he good for it? This is the question that his resurrection gives us an answer to. It proves he is good for ours. He has shown that. The Bible points out that the basis for your future hope is the cross of Christ. He made the payment to reconcile you to God and proved his power over death by beating it and appearing to many people afterwards. Paul was writing to a people concerned about what would happen to those who died, who were believers in Jesus. He said that they will rise to be with God. The basis for him saying that is the resurrection of Jesus. Two big questions for us to ask. Firstly, what is the Lord saying to you? It's our usual practice when we read the word to not just understand it, but understand what the Lord might be saying particularly to us. He might be compelling you to believe in him for hope beyond death. He might be compelling you to believe that his cross and death was died for you, and that his resurrection and his life is available to you also. He might be compelling you to believe in him, to become in Christ. Or perhaps he might be helping you to right-size your life on earth in light of the ongoing life after death. When this life isn't all there is, it frees us to live differently in the here and now, to live generous and loving lives to others, knowing that our future is secured in Jesus. Or perhaps this wonderful hope is available right now that might be making you a little bit more urgent to share that hope to those who the verse describes as hopeless when it comes to death. Or perhaps there's something else that you feel the Lord is saying to you through this. I'd love to hear about it. The second question we should also ask is, what are you going to do about it? We don't just need to understand what the Lord might be saying to make plans to do and act on it. If He's compelling you to believe, believe. Pray a prayer that lets God know you believe in the work of Jesus for your resurrection. If He's compelling you to live differently in the here and now, knowing there is a life to come, then work out how and what that might look like and do it. If He is growing an urgency in you to share hope as found in Jesus over death with others, then who will you share it with? Make plans for your obedience. Spend some time praying about what they might be. Share them with another Christian who can encourage you as you seek to do it. The scriptures have the most impact when they aren't just delivered to us, but when they're done by us. This Hope Tree resource has been made to help you know and grow in Jesus. We would love to know if we're helping you achieve that goal. Drop us a comment or let us know about any questions you might have. Like and subscribe to keep up to date with more content as it comes.